The lemon job was my wake-up call. It forced me to systematize, formalize, and really own the fact that I needed to lead the process if I wanted clients who respected the process. It was a brutal moment and also the best thing that ever happened to my business. Because the moment I cleaned up my process, everything shifted.
All right. I'm Rebecca Hay, and I've built a successful interior design business by trial and error, podcasts, online courses, and so many freaking books. Over the last decade, I've grown from an insecure student to having false starts to careers, and now I'm finally in the place where I want to be. Throughout my journey, it's been pretty obvious that I'm passionate about business and helping other entrepreneurs do the same. Each week, I'll share tangible takeaways from my own experience and the experiences of other badass women to help you build your confidence and change your business.
Hey, it's Rebecca. And welcome to Resilient by Design. It's that moment in the calendar. There's something about early January that invites us to look at our business with fresh eyes. Also, it happens to be my birthday month. January 19th is my birthday, so it might be snowy and cold here in Toronto, but it's still a celebratory month for me. Most of us feel maybe tired, let's be honest, from the holidays, maybe a little burnt out, but sometimes a little bit rested. And more often than not, we're reflective. And often we're ready for something more. We're like, this is the year, let's go. So today we are digging into a topic that I know so many designers are craving clarity on. How do you attract better clients? Where are those high-end clients hiding? And why do so many designers, good designers, keep getting stuck with budget-conscious clients who drain their energy and stall their business growth? If that's been your reality, I want you to know there's nothing wrong with you. Heck, I was there for a very long time. There is just something in your process or in your positioning that isn't aligned yet. And once you understand that shift that I'm going to walk you through today, everything will change. This episode is going to give you the foundation that you need to call in clients who trust you, invest in you, and make the work feel deeply satisfying. So let's get into it. I want to start with the myth about better clients. Let's debunk one of the biggest myths in our industry. A lot of designers believe that attracting premium clients requires a bigger portfolio, more Instagram followers, lowering your prices, or increasing them exponentially, getting another certification by going back to school, or being located in a high-end neighborhood. And none of that is the reason that designers attract incredible clients. I have worked with designers who have tiny portfolios, modest social followings, no bells or whistles, and they still attract premium clients consistently because high-end clients do not buy volume. They buy leadership, they buy clarity, they buy confidence. They want someone who will guide them through a transformation without the chaos. When you understand that, you're going to show up differently. You stop chasing clients and you start calling in the ones who already value what you do. So let's talk about this budget client loop. It's something every designer experiences at some point. It's that cycle. So if you guys are like, what is she talking about? If you're multitasking, come back to me here. The budget client loop is the cycle where you start attracting clients over and over again because they refer you to their friends over and over who obsess over price. They question every recommendation that you make. Maybe they want 100 plus options. They might ask for things outside of the scope and try to squeeze it in. Or maybe they just need constant reassurance that they've made the right choice. It is exhausting and it keeps your business stuck. So why does this happen? Because when your intake process is unclear, when your boundaries aren't defined early, or when you're leading the relationship with flexibility, I know, I get it. We all think we want to be flexible. We want to be collaborative. We feel like, let's work with them. When you lead with that instead of structure, you unintentionally signal to clients that the process, your way of doing things, is negotiable. And I'll tell you, budget conscious clients love to negotiate. Anyone relate? What they don't love is strong leadership because strong leadership requires trust. Usually it requires an investment and it definitely requires a commitment. And here's the deeper truth. When you aren't fully confident in your own process, you attract clients who match your uncertainty. That leads me to the moment everything changed for me. So let's just take a moment, a step back in time, a moment to step back in time, and let's go to pre pandemic Rebecca Hay Designs. And I'm not just going to go pre pandemic, I'm going to go back to like 2016. The lemon job. This was my inflection point. And you know, every designer has that project at some point, that one that humbles you, that forces you to confront your blind spots, the one that changes your business forever, or just makes you resentful and pointing fingers at clients forever. For me, it's what I refer to as my lemon job. It was a project in the early years of my career, and on paper, it should have been straightforward. But from day one, I was trying to keep the client happy instead of leading. I made exceptions to the rules. I didn't have a clearly defined process. My communication was inconsistent, and I was constantly reacting instead of guiding. At the end of the project, and by the way, like everything went wrong in this project. The light fixture didn't match the shape of the ceiling medallion. She wasn't happy with the lamp because it looked too big because I was delivering furniture higgly-piggly. She wasn't happy with the dining table we had custom made. She didn't like the quality, ended up refunding it, but I couldn't get a refund. Like the whole thing was a total shit show. And I just wanted the project to end. And they were lovely people, but they had a lot going on in their personal life. So I thought it was them. I was like, these people are just grouchy. I can't make them happy no matter what. Why don't they trust me? This has been a disaster. But then they would say, after this, we're going to hire you to do the whole second floor. However, at the end of the project, the client sat me down to share her disappointment. I literally had a bottle of Veuve in a little bag from the LCBO and a card thanking them. This was my opportunity to wrap up the project. I was looking forward to starting on the second floor with them and hoping we would start fresh. And instead of being welcomed with praise and tears of joy and happiness, she sat down and said to me, Rebecca, I want to give you some critical feedback that I think you'll appreciate as a business owner because I would appreciate it if I were in your shoes. Well, did I immediately put my guard up. She sat me down and she shared her disappointment. She said, I love the design. You are so lovely to work with, but we did not enjoy the process of working with you. It was chaotic. You were over budget. But you know what? She was right. It stung. It felt like a dagger to the heart. Of course, I ran to my car after and cried. I cried for days. I cried to my husband. Like it was a mess. I was pointing fingers. I was blaming my team. I was blaming the client. But here's the deal. She wasn't wrong. Yes, I had talent. Oh my God, of course I had so much talent. But I did not yet have leadership. I did not have structure and I did not have boundaries. And those missing pieces create friction, no matter how beautiful the work is. The lemon job was my wake up call. It forced me to systematize, formalize, and really own the fact that I needed to lead the process if I wanted clients who respected the process. It was a brutal moment and also the best thing that ever happened to my business. Because the moment I cleaned up my process, everything shifted. So let me walk you through the real difference between premium and budget clients. She was what looked like a premium client up front, nice neighborhood, expensive taste, but in reality, she was just another budget client. So I want to lay out something really clearly because it's one of the most misunderstood, I would say, dynamics in our industry. And that is that budget conscious clients and premium clients are fundamentally different, not in their wealth, but in their values. I think there's a misconception that a budget client has less money and a premium client has more. And in fact, how much money they have in the bank does not indicate how cheap they will be. And a lot of you listening, you know what I'm talking about, right? A budget conscious client could have millions in the bank, or they could be borrowing against their house. But they tend to want endless options. They focus on price over quality. They're impatient, want it done right away. They resist timelines. They question expertise. They make decisions slowly. They change their mind a lot. And they're not bad people. Like, don't get me wrong. These clients are just misaligned for a full service experience. They're just misaligned for the interior designer who wants to really be bold and push the boundaries and be creative and be able to source and specify things that they never got to do before. So now contrast that budget conscious client with a premium client. Premium clients trust your expertise. They value their time more than their money. They want fewer curated options. They appreciate quality craftsmanship. They understand investment. They make decisions quickly. They follow the process, and they will praise you in your work. The premium client wants leadership. They want clarity. They want someone who can handle the details so that they don't have to, because remember, they value their time most. And when your process communicates, I've got you, those clients show up. All right, so let's break down what premium clients are really looking for, because I know many of you are like, tell me how to get these guys. They sound amazing, right? It's not the perfect aesthetic. It's not the lowest price. It's not unlimited access to you. Here is what they want. They want a clear, structured process. They want to know where you're taking them and how you plan to get them there. They want to feel they can trust you. A designer who is comfortable leading, that's what they want. They're hiring you for your expertise. You are a professional. They are not necessarily hiring you for collaboration, where they get to make half the decisions and they get to shop with you. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I can tell you that an elevated, consistent experience will bring in the most premium clients. Premium clients want to feel taken care of, not overwhelmed, not feeling like they need to pay each individual supplier, not feeling like they need to do research. They trust you implicitly. But in order to get that trust, you have to show up with certainty. That's when clients will relax into your process. When you hesitate, they fill that uncertainty with doubt. They can smell the fear. This is why your systems, the way you onboard, the way you present, the way you communicate are so freaking important. They signal to clients that you're someone who can be trusted. And one of the biggest shifts that I see designers make when they elevate their client base is realizing that demographics are not the driver of premium behavior. Just like I said before, it doesn't matter how much money they have, because wealth is not an indicator of being an ideal client, of being a premium client who trusts, right? The same goes for demographics. I just want to say this because I think it's important to take everything with a grain of salt. Yes, sometimes there are demographics that more or less describe who your person is. But ultimately, it comes down to their values. And if you can find a way to screen clients for their values or project who you are out into the world so that the people with similar values will come to you, that is the game changer. Premium clients are not about age. It's not always about neighborhood. It's not always about income. It's definitely not gender or family status. It's about values. Values such as trust, patience, willingness to invest, respect for expertise, desire for quality, appreciation for process and organization. Premium clients are premium because they know what they want. And they know how to behave regardless of how big their bank account is. They're respectful and they value you. Once you start filtering for values instead of surface level characteristics, that's when your perspective will change. I'm telling you this because I have seen it happen in my life, and I've seen it happen in the hundreds of designers who I've coached. I've seen how they've taken this and really blossomed. So I want to talk about a tool that'll help you attract better clients right away. So if you are multitasking, come back to me here, pay attention, get ready. This is what I call your dream client clarity statement. It's one sentence. And if you are out walking the dog or you're driving right now, like don't sweat it. You don't need to take notes, but just listen and then come back to this and let's figure out what this sentence is for you, because I want you to go into 2026 with super intention where you are like laser focused. Razor focused, laser focused. I don't know. And it's so clear who you want to serve because it's the personality traits, it's the values that will make running design projects feel so much better. Again, my goal this year is to help you build a business that feels as good as it looks. So, your ideal client clarity statement is one sentence, one filter, one declaration that aligns you with the right people and, yes, repels the wrong ones. Guys, we got to turn some people away. So, this is it. I work with fill in the blank, your type of client who values, fill in what your expertise is, and trusts me to create what is that specific result. Period. That is the full sentence. This is powerful for two reasons. It tells you exactly who you're speaking to. It tells your clients whether they're a fit, and it makes you feel confident. I'm going to give you some examples for anyone who is like driving and they're like, what was that? Can you say that again? I missed it. Here are a couple examples. And this is tricky. I wish I had a video with a screen like in a workshop where I could share this with you, but you're just going to have to pay close attention. Okay? This is my teaching moment of the episode. I can't help myself, guys. I feel like I'm not supposed to teach in the podcast, but I can't help but teach. I just like to teach. Okay, here's a couple of versions. 1, I work with busy families who value thoughtful, functional design and trust me to create a calm, livable home. Or another one, I work with professionals who want a turnkey experience and trust me to manage the details with precision. Or another one, I work with clients who value craftsmanship and trust me to design spaces that feel timeless and elevated. Say it until it feels like the truth. Can you hear the difference in each of these designers' statements? They are all very unique. Part of it is your aesthetic, your dream outcome. What is your modus operandi? Like, what do you want to create for these clients? That is important. But those values are so key. Having a statement like this will become the foundation for how you market, how you communicate, and how you pre-qualify clients, even just in a discovery call, or heck, even in an email. Premium clients expect premium systems. It's so important. I want to say this plainly. Premium clients don't need fancy systems. They don't need expensive software. They don't need overwhelming amounts of documents. When I say premium systems, this simply means you lead every step. Expectations are clear, boundaries are defined, decisions have a structure, and communication is consistent. Your system is your experience. When a client feels held by your process, they trust you. When they trust you, they invest in you. When they invest in you, they follow your lead. When they follow your lead, the project will be a success, right? You don't want your clients leading the projects. You need to filter out the people who are not the right fit. Consider your client statement. And if you don't have time to craft it right now, just let this sit and resonate with you as you move through your day, as you move through the week. Really think about it. If you had to craft that ideal client statement, what would be the values? What would be the outcome? Who are you serving? Until you get really super clear on that, you are not going to get a roster full of dream clients. You might get one or two here and there. This is going to be the foundation. And when you have a structured process, to guide these premium clients who come your way, shoot, there's no end to the possibilities. Having a clear foundation will attract the clients who make your work feel meaningful, creative, and joyful. And let's face it, it's freaking fun. So, this is your 2026 reset. I want to leave you with a few grounding questions and actions that are going to set you up for the year ahead. Please review your last 5 clients. Who drained you? Who energized you? What made the difference? Do you want more of them? What values in those clients were values that you see, oh yeah, that's premium value. I love working with someone who is reasonable, because when shit happens on site, they completely understand that this is going to happen. Question number 2 is, I want you to sort of look at, or another word could be audit, your intake process. When a client reaches out to you and they want to learn more about working with you and your services, what is your intake process like? Is it clear? Does it create confidence? Are you communicating your value? Would a premium client feel led by it? Or are you simply winging it by the seat of your pants, flying by the seat of your pants, picking up the phone and having a quick call and showing up at their house an hour later? I don't know if anyone's ever done that. That sounds crazy to me, but anyhow. And then I want you to write out that dream client clarity statement. Make it visible, put it on the wall, put it on on your computer desktop screensaver, have it pop up as a reminder on your phone. Let it guide your decisions. When you are intaking, or at least having sales calls or discovery calls with potential clients, I want you to really, really think this year. Does this client value what matters to me? And maybe you need to tweak the questions you ask in that initial call so that you can get their answers. One other thing that you could also do is just, as you're getting clarity over who this client is, you can review your website, review your Instagram, and look at it not from your perspective, but review it through the eyes of a premium client. So like if you could really put yourself in the shoes of one of these premium clients, think about, are you, as this designer, signaling leadership or flexibility? Right? Think about that. Are you showing up as a strong leader, or like someone who's like, I can work with you in any which way or fashion or form that you want? Build your business like you build a home, intentionally, one room at a time. I hope this episode got you thinking. If it resonated with you, if you are ready to attract clients who trust you and value your expertise, I want you to write down your dream client clarity statement and send it to me. Yes, I want you to email it to me personally. Send it to me at rebecca@rebeccaheydesigns.com, and I will personally review it. Truly, I would like to see it. So if you take the time to do it, please send it to me in an email. And if you're like, yes, I need more of this one-on-one review and advice, don't worry, because I have a new program coming. You're going to love it. You're going to get that community where you can grow your business with structure, consistency, and support by yours truly. So stay tuned in the weeks ahead, because I have some incredible things coming this year to help you step into your next level as a designer and business owner. I want to help you find the clients who light you up, who respect your talent, and who make this business feel fulfilling. Oh my God, I'm having a challenging time with it. I don't know. I know if you approach this year with intention, you are going to do exactly that. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know. Leave us a review on iTunes or Spotify. It means the world to me. And of course, email me your ideal client statement, and I will see you soon.